Hey guys, long time no see. Welcome back. For me and for you. Today's just gonna be a very simple video of touching your face. Touching your face. I have a little fireplace sound going on in the background just so somebody sleeps instead of waking up. But yeah. Can I touch your face? 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 Can I touch? Can I touch? Can I touch? Can I? Poke your face. Poke your face. I'm touching your face. I'm touching your face. Touch your face. Touch your face. Touch your face. There's a fireplace going on in the background. It's very peaceful and quiet. Peaceful and quiet. Tapping and touching and tapping on your face. Touching and tapping 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 and tapping on your face. Shh, don't wake her. Touching and tapping and tapping on your face. Touch. Sounds like a thing. Touch, not touch. Touch like Dutch oven. Touch. Tap. Blowing wind at you. She's sleeping. Touching and tapping and tapping on me. This is my video. Anyways. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, all standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some the size of your head. Are you tapped out yet? You know, it's my Stranger Things hat. It's the Hellfire Club. It's from Minnesota, which is a store that's in Canada. But yeah, there is all like stuff, and it's Hellfire Club because Stranger Things came out, and we watched all the episodes in 2 days. Because that's what you do when you don't have a lot of time. But yeah, I really want the rest of the season to come out now. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but I loved it. It was fun. It was good. I'm gonna rewatch it a few times. Yes. Anyways. Do you guys like Stranger Things? Do you like the supernatural? Do you like the show Supernatural? Dean Winchester? Or Sam? Which one? Or Bobby? Bobby's a cool character. Or, my god, Castiel. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry, Misha. I'm drawing a blank anyways. Can I touch your face? Not that I haven't been touching your face this whole time, but still. Can I touch your face? I don't know why when I was doing that it kind of sounded like I was going naughty, 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 naughty. You know when you say a word too much, it doesn't sound like a word anymore. Happens a lot with me. I am very hyper. It's a lack of sleep. I get hyper when I'm sleep deprived. It's like my body's on like the last remnants of energy, and it's like chugging along very, very much, trying to stay awake. It's, yeah. It was worse in high school. Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. Figures dancing gracefully upon my memories. Anyways, no copyrights. Don't tattle on me, damn it. It's like I'm poking myself in the nose, but I'm not. So that's exactly where my nose is when I look at my screen. Right here. Anyways. Touch, 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 touch. My screen's gonna have a lot of fingerprints on it later to clean off. But that's not your problem, that's mine. My wrist. Anyways. So, you touched out yet? Just getting started. Kidding. Oof, my wrist just cracked. I've had bad joints since high school. It's probably from all the stupid shit I used to do. I was like, I have bad knees because I was one of those little kids that used to go on the swing and get really high up on the swing and then jump off and just go flying and land down on my feet, thinking like my body wouldn't break after a while. Or I'd go up really high on things like walls, like use cement walls. I'd just go up on it and I'd jump down from a cement wall. I think my body's paying me back with pain for all those times. I used to jump from high places or do stupid shit as a kid and teenager. Also from all the sports I used to play. I used to do judo and flip people, and I think my shoulders are kind of angry at me for it now. I stopped doing that when I was like 14. Yeah. I was like what was it, a green belt? Yeah, it was a green belt. Yeah, it was white, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, black. Yeah, it was green belt. My orange belt was like signed by like some like Olympic judo guy. I can't remember who it was. I think I still have that belt somewhere. Ooh, my hair. It's knotted. Yeah, I think I still have that belt somewhere. There's a knot in my hair. That's what I get for having long hair. It gets knotted so easily. I like lie down or sit down against anything and it's just like bird's nest. That's what I get for having fine hair, but a lot of hairs. So it's like wraps around itself and ties little knots and bows. Enough about me. What about you? How was your childhood? Did you do any stupid things like jumping off of walls and getting yourself hurt? Did you get any broken bones in life? I've never broken a bone. I've fractured, not broken, surprisingly. I have gotten stitches on my hand, my head, my other hand. This was much later on in life, though. I've also gotten like a 3rd-degree burn, also later on in life. I had a job, specifically, but yeah. How many injuries do you guys have? Any like gnarly ones that you're willing to share in the comment section? When I was like younger, I used to watch this late night TV show where people did like stupid things and they jumped off stuff and they got injured, and it was like part of the show. One guy was like was it skateboarding or biking? I can't remember, but he fell off like this really high staircase, and he like flew down and like off the cement. He's alive, obviously, because they shared his story in the show. They don't, yeah, they only share people who, you know, survived. But yeah, terrifying. Never did anything like that. I have gone skiing when I was like in grade 5. I hit a patch of black ice, and I went sliding and spinning, and I smacked my head off like 3 trees in a row, and they had to take me to the lodge in like the little pull sled thing attached to the ski mobile, and I wasn't allowed to ski for the rest of the day, which is really sad. But the reason why I hit that black ice was because I was on a run that I wasn't supposed to be on, because somebody switched the signs on the scale. They put some kid did something stupid. He took like one of the signs and he put I was like Blue Hill, or was it Green Hill? I can't remember. I think it was Blue Hill. It was like bunny, green, blue, black. Yeah, and then double black diamond. Or no, black diamond and then double black diamond. So I was green. I was blue. So I was like right before going on black, but like I wasn't, like I'm like in grade 5. I wasn't capable going on black hills or black diamond hills or whatever. So some idiot thought it was funny to switch the blue hill sign with a black diamond hill sign, and it went down a winding path in between a bunch of trees, and I was not prepared for it. So I went skidding and slipped and just, yeah, not fun. Fond memory though, so that kind of works out. Anyways, enough with the overshare. Click, 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 click. Okay, so today was a very lo-fi, quiet, touching your face, tapping on the screen, and sharing a lot about my life you probably didn't care to know. Like injuries and stuff. Anyways, hope you guys aren't squeamish. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your weekend, wherever the heck you are. I'm tired. I'm probably going to go out and get groceries or something when, yeah, somebody gets home from work. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.